Welcome to UNET part 12, and this is going to be a really interesting video where we're going to start implementing some extremely simple zombie AI. So what I need to do, of course, is have a nav mesh agent, give that nav mesh agent a target, and then have it move across the network in sync, and also spawn it as well at some point, I guess when the server starts. Okay, so that means I need to get to work. First thing I'll do is to go to the main scene. I'll make a new game object, I guess, a cube. My zombie is going to be a cube. I'll set the position, oh wait, nah, the scale. Why don't I just reset the position right now so I can think straight? Alright, so, okay, and I'll set the scale to 2. I'll lift it up as well so it's out of the ground. Good. Okay, so that's the basis for my zombie. I'm gonna call it zombie. The color as well, I think I need a new color, so I'm going to create a new material and call it zombie green. And set the values, let me think, can I remember? 30, was it 100, or was it 200? Nah, so it's the other way around because I want a sickly green. Yep, that's about it. That looks right. So I did remember. Alright, and just put it on the zombie. Done. Okay. And next I need a nav mesh agent. So under navigation, nav mesh agent. I think the radius has to be just a little bit bigger because it is a cube after all. Otherwise the corners will go through game objects as the AI gets very close to them. What else? Stopping distance. Yes, I don't want it 0, otherwise it's going to just push against the game object and never really stop. And in this case, the target is going to be the player, or whatever player it finds by random, I think. So I'm just going to set that. Okay. What else? Well, of course, I have to make it a prefab, so I will do that. It's now a prefab. Do I need to do anything else right now? Maybe not. I need to bake a nav mesh, so window, navigation, mesh renderers. I will select all of these. Yep, they're all part of it. Navigation static, good. Yep, walkable. I don't need off mesh links or anything like that at the moment. The settings, blah blah blah, looks all fine. Okay, go. And I'll just take a moment for it to bake. And I guess the next thing I'm going to do is to actually make the target script so that this game object, well, this AI will be able to find the player. Okay, so my nav mesh is baked. All right, that's good. That's done. Enough of that. So how about I get on to, I guess, making the script itself. All right, and object, yep, all okay, yep. So just turning off that filter right there. Okay, so coming back, so I'm going to make a new script. I'll call it a zombie target. Okay. Open it up. And using, as usual, Unity engine. .networking, okay, and then this is a network behavior. Oh, didn't do that right. Network behavior, all right. And then next, I have a couple of variables that I need. I need a reference to the nav mesh agent, so nav mesh agent, and I'm just going to call it agent. All right, the next one I need is a private transform, my transform. Okay, next I need a private transform. This is going to be the target, so target transform. Okay, next I'm going to use layers, so that's another thing I need to set. Because you see, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use an overlap sphere to find things within range of the zombie, and then the zombie will look inside of that. Well, what I'm going to use the layer rather, so only players get picked up, and then the zombie will select one of them at random and go towards that. And this is all done on the server. Alright, so it'll make more sense as I go through, since my explanation is complete rubbish. So private layer mask raycast layer, and a private float radius. This is the overlap sphere radius, is going to be 100. Okay, in the start function, I will go ahead and set that. Well, actually, no, first I will go set up a player layer if there isn't already. So just coming to my prefabs, player, okay. Do I have such a thing? No, I don't. So I'm going to make one, and I'm going to call this player so I don't forget. Come back and, in fact, apply that. And it doesn't really matter in this case. Okay, hit apply, done, and get rid of it. Okay, so coming back, now in the start function, I will set that agent is equal to a get component. And what component is that? It's a nav mesh agent. All right. My transform is equal to transform. Okay. And then the raycast layer, I need to set that, which is going to be 1. And then this bit shift left layer mask dot name to layer. What's the name? It is player, which is what I just wrote. Oops, what did I just write there? Oh, so there we go. Okay, so that's done for the start function. Now I'm not going to use update. I'm going to use fixed update, and I have 2 functions that are going to run. Now, something to note is this script is only going to run on the server, and you're going to see that shortly. I have 2 functions that I'm going to have: search for target, and I'm also going to have move to target. Okay, and I'm going to just make both of those functions right now. So that's void search for target. Okay, and the next one is a void move to target. All right. So in search for target, that's where I'm going to use my overlap sphere. And I guess I should continue. And oops, I haven't done something right, which is that was rather silly. Okay, okay. So going back to it now, if not is server. So this code is never going to run on clients. It's only for the server. Then just return. Okay. Now if it is the server, then I'm going to do this stuff. So if target transform is equal to null, that means I need to look for some player targets to go in bite. Right, well, it is a zombie. Well, what can you expect? All right, okay, continuing. If target transform is null, then collider, it's going to be an array. I'm going to call it hit colliders. Well, that's what it's called in the script reference anyway. Example. Hit colliders is equal to physics dot overlap sphere. Where is it coming from? From my transform dot position, so the zombie's position, the radius, and it's gonna only affect, well, only touch stuff in the raycast layer. Okay, done. So I've got my hit colliders. Now, if the hit colliders array is not 0, if it's not got a 0 length rather, if hit colliders dot length greater than 0, then I need to do stuff. So I will select one of those items in the hit colliders array at random, and that is the target. It's a player. Only the players are on the layer player, so I don't need to do any other checks, which is good. Int random int is equal to random dot range 0 and hit colliders dot length. Okay, and when you do random dot range for integers, it excludes the last value. So for example, if length is 2, it'll only give 1. It'll be 0 to 1, which is exactly what I want, since the array, the indices are actually 0 to 1, which works out just fine. I don't have to do any subtraction. Like if it was a float, I would have to. But anyway, going off topic. What am I doing that for? Yep, see, I've distracted myself. All I need to do now is to just say target transform is equal to hit colliders is equal to, I forgot my semicolon, there we go. Hit target transform is equal to hit colliders and off the index random int. And it needs a transform. So currently that's a what is that? It's a collider. Okay, so I need to give it a transform. Yeah, okay, well, yeah, obviously. All right, so once I have that, I'm not done yet. So what if, for example, the player, let's say this zombie has a target, it runs towards the target, which is a player, and then destroys the player. Then what? What, does it just stand there and do nothing? Or well, it will right now. It will do nothing more because the target transform value will not be null. So when the player respawns, this same zombie will always chase after them. I don't want that. What I want to do is that if the player is dead, then set the target transform to null, so the zombie can now search for another player to go and bite. So that's very easy. I know that I'm already disabling, for example, the box collider on the player, so I'll just use that as my check. Something really, really simple. No need for any fancy booleans or anything or public stuff, nothing whatsoever. So how about I just do if target transform not equal to null, and the target transform dot get component. And what component is that? For example, the box collider. Then the box collider dot enabled. Okay, so if that is the case, is a dot enabled is not enabled. That means they're dead. Then I'll just say that target transform is equal to null. Right, and all that'll happen is that the next time this fixed update will run, then the zombie knows that it's no longer got a target and it's got to find a new target. Alright, so that's easy enough. Next I need to move. So that's the searching done. So I need to, I guess, fill this one in, which is really, really simple. So if target transform is not equal to null, so there's no point trying to move anywhere if you've got no target, and this is the server, so this should only run on the server. Then in that case, set, I have a new function which I'll just write, so set nav destination, I think I spelled that correctly, and what am I going to give it? I'm going to give it a target transform. Okay, so I need to make this function now, and this one is going to be void set nav destination transform, and it's going to be, I'm just going to call it dest. Okay, and then next I'll just say agent dot set destination, and it'll be dest dot position. All right, done. Okay. So that's it. Now I've got, I'm pretty sure that's it. I'm pretty sure I've got what I need. Of course, it's not enough, but I need to go and attach this to the zombie character before I forget. Okay, zombie target, done. Okay, good. Now I need to actually spawn the zombie into the game. So I'm thinking, you know what? I'm going to use the game manager, and I suppose I'm going to need a spawn point for the zombie at the moment. Yes, that would make sense. So how about I make an empty game object? I know I should put the position up, otherwise... Well, I don't know if the zombie can fall through the floor. Probably, maybe. Maybe not, actually. Maybe they can fly through stuff. Don't know. Okay. Alright, so I'll just call this one zombie spawn. Yeah, I haven't tried that. Zombie spawn for now. Later I'll make a group and have lots of spawn points in it, but for now this is good enough. It's just gonna do something rough and quick. Oh yeah, that's right, something else I need to do with the zombie. So if I just bring it back here, for now what I'm going to do, oh yeah, it got a network identity automatically because the target script is using network stuff. For now I'm just going to put one of these, a network transform component, just sync the transform, blah blah. Okay, and just for the rotation, only y-axis, and that's good enough for now. This is just to show that it's working. I will replace that with a custom script later, but not right now. For now, it's good enough. All right. So I need to make a new script now, and I'm going to call it Game Manager. So C# script Game Manager, and it's going to be called a zombie spawner. Okay, and I'll go ahead and open it up. But I'll also not forget to attach it to the game manager. Good, it's coming back. Alright, so this is also going to be a networking script, so using Unity engine.networking, okay, and then this is going to be a network behavior, okay. Right, so first of all, I'm going to serialize field, and I'm going to say game object, so my zombie prefab is going to go in here, zombie prefab, okay, and before I forget something, so I will go back, I will slot in the zombie in here, so just click away, click back, and that fixes that. Drop in the zombie, but I need to register the zombie with the network manager. So I'll just save my scene, go to the menu, otherwise I'm going to forget to do this, and then come to network info, spawn info, and let me think. Yeah, I do need to add a registered spawnable prefab. Okay, so that way the server knows that this is an object that it can spawn, and it will do so correctly. So don't leave that blank. Okay, so I can save that and go back to that main scene because I'm not finished there. Come back to my script, and my next serialized field, I guess, is going to be the spawn point, game object zombie spawn. So for now, I'm just going to use that private int counter. I'll keep that. For now, I won't do anything with it. And then private int number of zombies. And maybe I'll make it 10. Okay. Is that too many? It doesn't matter anyway. Alright. Next, I'm going to use onStartServer for actually spawning the zombies. Yes, I think I would do that. Let me just think about it for a moment. Yeah, so public override void. Oh wait, what was that? Public override. Anything here? Void onStartServer. OnStart. Yeah, that's the one. Yay. Okay. I don't need that, and I'm gonna have my own function. Well, I'd first of all iterate through and spawn the zombies. So for int I is equal to 0. I less than. So I could change. I might be changing this code later on, but for now I'm just doing this to get it to work quickly, as fast as I can. Anyway, spawn zombies. I'm gonna make a function, and I will put that down below. So void. Okay. Right. It doesn't need to return anything. I mean, well, it doesn't need to take any parameters. Okay. And I'll just put a note here that this is where the counter can go. I can later, I think I can give a unique, what I'm thinking is I can give a unique identity to the zombie and add it to the hit detection system very easily. So continuing on anyway, so game object go is equal to game object dot instantiate. What am I instantiating? I'm instantiating the zombie prefab. Where am I doing that? I'm doing it at the zombie spawn dot transform dot position, and what else? The rotation quaternion dot identity. And that doesn't really matter very much anyway in this case. And I have to as well cast it as game object, otherwise this will throw up an error. And then I will say, then finally I have to spawn it on the server. I actually have to say network server dot spawn, otherwise it'll only get spawned, well, it'll only get spawned on the server but not on the clients. So network server dot spawn. So this is the function to use to make that happen. Alright, now it is going to happen. And did I attach that to this? Oh, I can't remember right now. Okay, let me come back here. Yes, I did, and I need to just drop in the zombie spawn. How about I move this as well? My zombie spawn, I'm thinking about it. How about I move it like way out over there and change the rotation a bit, just for now. Alright, save that. What's this about? Setting the parent of a transform which resides in a prefab is disabled to prevent data corruption. No idea. Okay, so continuing on, Come back here. Why don't I trial that? I'll try doing a build and run and see what happens. Okay, I should see them. Ooh, I don't see anything. So let me stop that. Let's see what the error is. Okay, so I took a bit of a break there, and I figured out my mistake. My mistake was simply I did not put a network identity on the game manager. So I think that should work properly now. So now if I hit play, run a host. Alright, so there they are. Okay, which is good. And all the zombies are coming to greet me. Oh, that's really nice. Oh, wait a minute. No, probably not. Okay. So, so I can build and run that. So there was nothing wrong with the code. It was just simply I forgot to attach a component to the game manager itself, which was the network identity, since it was doing the spawning. Now, how about I get in there and jump in as a client? Now, something to note is the zombies all have a target already, which is this host player right here. So they'll come to the host player. You can see down here that the motion is pretty jerky because, yeah, it is just the the network transform component doing the motion syncing. How about I destroy this player? All right, you see how now that that player is gone, they're now coming for this other player, and they're all swarming around. Right, so how about I respawn this guy and shoot the one on the box up there. Okay, bang. Alright, he's been destroyed. Okay, so now they're all gonna come for this guy. Alright, so you can see that the system is pretty much working. I've got my really primitive, silly zombies, which are just some green boxes that are coming for me. But of course, there's no hit detection or anything. So I guess in the upcoming videos, I need to implement zombie identity like I had for the players. Then I need to have hit detection so the zombies get damaged. Also allow the zombies to attack the players as well. And then finally some sort of motion syncing for the zombies as well, so that they move smoothly across the network and not so jerky using the network transform as it is. Alright, so thanks for watching, and this was a really good video. Actually, a very interesting topic. Alright, so once again, thank you for watching. Goodbye.